Hello everybody, and welcome to another Dreadlock update. This is my 6-year update now, 6 years. So, 1 year older and about 12 centimeters longer, as we've previously figured out from my growth tests. Yeah, it's been quite a big year actually. A lot's really happened to them. I've noticed a lot more length, just more recently really than I have in the past couple of years. Like they feel like they're getting really long now, which is pretty cool. A lot of stuff changing them this year really. I mean, a lot of my ends have finally started to fall apart, kind of, you know what I mean? Just because obviously the dreads are 6 years old, I've had them for 6 years, but the hair at the ends here is probably more like 7 or 8 years old. I mean, it's getting pretty old now. Most of it's dead anyway because it's just so far down. Your real living hair probably is only up to about here or something. The rest of it's dead after that because obviously it falls out and then just stays there. I noticed this year especially that a lot of, well, quite a few of them anyway, I'll try and find some examples. So for this one, for example, my wispy ends now are from dreads that have deteriorated to the point where they were just getting weaker and weaker, and I've just pulled them out because there's no point in keeping them in there. So now that's just down to the healthy bit, which is nice and strong, which is good. Means that all the sort of dead parts are out now. I'll show you one here actually. This is a good example of what's been happening. Not that one, that one's done the same though, that one's split off. But there's another one at the front here. This one, here we go. You see how thin that's got there? It's become like literally really skinny. It's almost like string. And you can see how thick it was before. Well, that's the thickness it was before, and then that's the thickness it is now. Where it's just getting longer and longer, where the strands are just slowly breaking off. You can see how some of these ones here have broken, and it's slowly breaking off. But I'm not going to pull this one, I'm going to leave it because it's still quite strong. I can do that and it doesn't really break. But you can see that whole section there in the middle isn't even dreaded anymore. It's just hair. So it's going to go, but I'll let it go in the same time. It's been hanging in pretty well so far. Other than that, Congos are obviously growing really well. Like this one here, it's growing massively now. I mean, that's down to like almost down to my chest, that bit there. Before, I think last year it was somewhere up here. I've got the one here at the front. This one here. Literally about 2 or 3 months ago I took a photo with this dreadlock where I had it over the top of my nose, and it's my profile picture. Well, I think it was my profile picture on Facebook and stuff. Might not be anymore, I don't know if I've changed it, but yeah, I could wear it like as a mask sort of thing here, but now even that's too long. In the past like 2 months of when it's grown, it's just surpassed, it's growing straight past my nose. It's quite insane, it's growing quickly. Other one as well is obviously the one at the back there. The big 5 dread Congo is still growing really nicely. I mean, that's like over my shoulder now, so that shows how quickly that's grown. So yeah, nice big 5 dread Congo, growing out nicely, nice and thick. I quite like it as well because it's growing out and it's growing out flat, if you can see that. So you see how fat it is there, and then when I turn it that way you can see how skinny it is. And I quite like that because it kind of sits at the back of my head really nicely, and it kind of feels nice, like that section of hair where it's kind of coming from across the back of my neck. It feels quite sort of like nice and solid. I don't know, it's a weird feeling, but it feels good. So today I thought, because as it is my 6th year, and as you might know, I always have a new wrap on this dreadlock every year. So far I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I make them every year. So each year I'll basically, what I'll do is, so where the focus is it? It's not focusing, goddammit. Just trying to get to focus, sorry. So yeah, each year what I do is I basically, let's use the light actually, might help. I what's it called? I plait together some cords, some bits of string, and make like a new dread sort of wrap every year. This year I've just gone for, maybe quite nice just to do a plain white one. So you can see how I've plaited this section here. This section is just like normal string, so that's what it was. And all I do is I just wrap it around. So I thought I might as well do that in the video today. So I hope you had a good New Year. I had a pretty good one. I mean, last year I was in Prague, so I can't really top that. That was pretty wicked. But this year, just went to a pub near my girlfriend's house and we just had a few beers and chilled out. Had a live band and stuff. It was pretty cool. So I hope you all had a good time and a good Christmas and all that lot. Right. So what I do basically is I put it up the dread like this, so lengthways up, then I stop it there. Basically this bit here is going to be inside the wrap once I wrap it up, so I'm going to wrap it up it, so it sort of like secures it to it, and then I'm going to use this bit off the end at the top there to tie the two ends together, to like knot it together at the end, and that should, well, that's been there for 6 years now, so it obviously works. So you guys can try this as well. It's a good way of doing a nice little wrap for your dreadlock. So as you can see, I'm just slowly wrapping it upwards. Just going up a tiny bit every time. I'm doing it not overly tight, but tight enough so that it's making like an impression on the hair. So you can noticeably see the hair squeezing. So you can see how it kind of goes in when it gets to every wrap. That's what you want. This one here, this one was like an old bracelet that snapped off my wrist, and I thought I could just use it as a dread wrap, but I didn't wrap it quite tight enough. So either that or it's expanded over time, and it does move, and basically you don't want that to happen. You want them to be solid like this one, or like this one. You want it to be nice and solid, so they don't move at all. That's how you want it in the end. So yeah, just keep wrapping up. So I'm going to do that much, because I want to leave enough of the end so that I can tie it with this one here, which I might even just go round that one quickly. There we go. Then do yourself a nice secure knot. Nothing fancy, just double knot it basically. That's all I ever do. So I knot it once, then I knot it twice. If you fancy, you can knot it a few more times. It's totally up to you. Depends on how secure you think it feels, but that's basically it. So then you've got your wrap and your knot. I mean, you can't hide the knots, so you've got like a knot there on that one. I've got the knot there on that one with the bit hanging off, knot there on that one with all that bit hanging off. That's actually started to dread itself to it. It's quite cool. Yeah, so as long as you feel like that is secure, then you just take these ends here, and I'll give it a quick bite and pull. Okay. Then you just get your scissors, cut them off wherever you want. I'm going to leave mine with a tiny bit of trailing, like that. And there you go. So, basically, from the start, I put that in probably like 2 months or something. A year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and year number 6. So there you go, guys. You can try that at home if you want, and let me know how you get on with it. And that's about it. Hope you guys have a good year. I will see you soon for another update or another video about how to tie dreads or whatever. See you guys soon. Bye.